Reports of my demise were greatly exaggerated.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I've had to take a bit of a break from YouTube, and it's been about 9 months, I think, since I actually dropped the video. And it wasn't even a video, it was a Dragon Ball Sparking Zero short. I had a lot of fun playing that game. So around that time, my work schedule was not consistent at all. I'd have to be to work early in the morning, late in the evening. It didn't leave a whole lot of time for me to plan and do YouTube, so I had to step away because YouTube ain't paying the bills, right? But now that my work schedule is back to being normal, I can drop about one or two of these things a week. Now, the reason for this video is because I wanted to talk about Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. Most people don't even know what it is because there's not been a lot of promotion for this game over the last year. It's a tag fighting game by Arc System Works. The same people that make Dragon Ball Fighters and Guilty Gear Strive make this game. So they know their stuff. You know, they're not new to the fighting game space. But there's not been a lot of promotion for this game. There just hasn't been. The first trailer drop that was like a cinematic, it was lackluster. Then after that, they've been dropping small stuff here or there, but there hasn't been a huge promotion. And I'm not surprised because this is not really a massive game, right? You wouldn't consider this like a Street Fighter or a Tekken or a Mortal Kombat as far as sales or popularity. But I would expect a little bit more by way of promotion. I mean, I had to scour the earth for information about this game. I had to go to the website. Very few YouTubers were putting out videos on it, and that's not common. But it did get my attention for a couple of reasons, and we'll get into that here in a second. Now, the FGC's reaction to this was lackluster. I mean, people weren't excited about this game at all. People still really aren't excited about this game at all. I mean, initially, when you look at the gameplay, I don't want to say it looks bad, but it certainly doesn't look good. I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks cheap, or maybe like a really good PS4 game in the beginning. But compare it to a lot of the other fighting games these days, the stages in the fighting games, the details in the character, you can see why this game and the initial trailer didn't set the world on fire. And as time went by, they kind of started giving us a few more details about the game, but not much. Like for a while, they weren't even going to have they weren't even going to have rollback netcode is what I'm trying to say. Y'all got to excuse me. I just got off work, so I'm a little tired right now. But we're going to get through this thing because here in a couple of hours, the game is going to drop and I'm going to be playing it. But there was no promotion about this, really. They just added rollback netcode to it, or promoting rollback netcode like 3 or 4 months ago. The simple inputs for the special moves, where there's a special move button and you just press in the direction to get the corresponding move, that turned a lot of people off. And then the modern controls, of course, turned a lot of people off. Now, I've been gaming for a long time. My first fighting game was Street Fighter 2, playing it in the arcade back in 91, I want to say. So all I've really known is classic controls. And I'm about to be 45. I don't care if I'm playing fighting games until I'm 90. It's going to be classic controls for me. I might have to switch to a fight stick or a hitbox or whatever, but Doom doesn't do modern controls. All right, so I can see why people didn't like that. I mean, if you're into modern controls, determine your own adventure, this game will have them and you'll be able to get some pretty meaty combos in. I mean, I've seen some of the modern combos in this game, and they are pretty damaging. Like one or two of those combos can put the opponent in real trouble. I mean, I think they do around like 580 damage or 560 damage, which is a lot in this game. And I've not really heard anybody talking about this game. Some streamers, I've been in a couple of friends' streams where they've pulled it up and been like, man, this game looks like trash. I mean, look at it. It just don't look good. And they're not interested in playing it because the presentation is bad. I sent the video to a buddy of mine that is a big anime fan. And it'll kind of surprise you about this guy because he don't look like he's into anime, but he's really into anime. And so talking to him about Hunter x Hunter, he likes the IP. He read the manga. He watched the show, of course. But when he saw the way that it looked, he immediately said that it looked like an anime game he bought like 15 years ago. You know, like when you're comparing it to a game from 15 years ago in 2025, that's a bad thing. You know, that's not going to be good for your game in the beginning. People aren't going to be excited about buying it. People aren't going to be looking for it and checking for information. But I was, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. I'm going to explain why I'm excited about this game. But I don't know that it's going to do that well. I really don't. I mean, I've got one friend on PlayStation Network that pre-ordered this thing. One. Out of all my PlayStation Network friends, one of them pre-ordered it. I mean, that it ain't looking good. Now, you know, I'm not friends with everybody in the FGC, so don't use that as some measure of how good the game is going to be. But for me, that's a bad sign. When I'm looking at my friends list and I see I've got like one friend that's pre-ordered a game, it's probably not going to be that good. I mean, and it's a tag fighter starting in an era of tag fighters because we've got 2XKO coming out. We've got Marvel Tokon coming out. We've got an Invincible tag fighting game coming out. And I think that this game will probably have fans until maybe the Invincible or the Tokon game dropped. Like, I don't see the 2XKO game killing this when it drops. I don't think people are going to leave Hunter x Hunter Net Impact and go play 2XKO. But I think that once Invincible drops or once Marvel Tokon drops, I think that both of those tag fighters are going to be dropped for, you know, Invincible or Marvel. You know, and they're bigger and more popular IPs than Hunter x Hunter and then 2XKO, so that makes sense. But the presentation of Hunter x Hunter just doesn't really hold up to any of those games that I just mentioned. Like even 2XKO. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this because comparing Hunter x Hunter Net Impact to Street Fighter or to Mortal Kombat or to Tekken is unfair. Like we've already established that. Those games are well established. They have way more money to make those games. More people are looking forward to buying those games and are waiting for the next one. So they've just got more fans. And developers have more of an incentive to make those games because they're going to make them more money. So let's compare this to other fighting games outside of the big three. I don't think that this would be in the same category as, let's say, a Soul Calibur or a Guilty Gear or a, let's say, Virtua Fighter 5 that's getting ready to drop. If we look at it, I mean, there are games that came out years ago that might be better than this game in the tag space. Considering that you can't compare this to any of the big three games, or maybe any of the games of the past. I mean, I'm looking at this game compared to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 still looks better. But that was still a bigger title, so let's not even compare it to that. Let's put it on the same level as the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid game that came out back in 2019. That game was a tag fighter as well. That game did not have a whole lot of eyes on it. There are a lot of people that still don't know that that game is out. And if you are a Power Ranger fan and a fighting game fan, chances are you're going to play this game. With Net Impact, if you're a Hunter x Hunter fan and a fighting game fan, chances are you're going to play this game. But the Power Ranger game dropped 6 years ago, and it's arguably a better looking game than Hunter x Hunter. I mean, the background, there's like the stages have animations in the background. There are things happening, machines moving, people moving. There's fire, there's energy moving around in the background. The attacks in the Power Ranger game, they have unique energy that come off of them. I mean, they're attacking with swords, with martial arts. They've got the assist tag. They've got full tag combos. They've got tags that involve the Megazord in this game.
They got nunchucks, bolos. They be doing Indian burns.
Like, there is a lot going on in this Power Rangers game that makes it very exciting to watch. Now, I think that the Hunter x Hunter Net Impact game will meet that same level of excitement as far as that same level of hype. You know, you're doing the combos. You got to call out assists. You have to have your synergy on point. You have to use different defensive techniques to get out of other people's setup. I think it'll be similar to Power Rangers in that game, in that fashion. But I do think that Power Rangers actually looks better than Hunter x Hunter Net Impact, despite it being 6 years older. And that's a problem. And that's a problem because you can ask the question, who are you trying to market this game to? I mean, you want as many people to play the game as possible, but most people from the FGC are going to look at this and like, I'm not playing this. It looks bad. I don't like modern controls. I don't like the easy special move setup. A lot of people don't like that. But when you're looking at the Hunter x Hunter fans, yeah, you're going to get a couple of us in there eager to play the game. But I don't think that this is going to be on par with any game that's in the first or second tier that I mentioned. It's not going to be on par with Tekken or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. It's not going to be up there with Virtua Fighter, Soul Calibur, Guilty Gear. It's not going to be up there with Fatal Fury or any of those fighting games. It's going to be like a level below. All right, it's going to be reserved for that that Skullgirls level of fighting game. It's going to be reserved for that, like I said, that Power Rangers Battle for the Grid level of fighting game. You know, this game is not going to set the world on fire. And I would imagine that just as soon as one of these other games drops, not 2XKO, because that game looks okay, but it only has like 10 or 12 characters as a two-person tag game. So I don't know that game is going to get rid of Hunter x Hunter. But I do think that when any of the other fighting games comes out that are tag fighters, not many people are going to be playing Hunter x Hunter Net Impact. So we've probably got, 6-8 months? You know, if we're looking at Tokon dropping in the summer, maybe Invincible dropping in the summer, we might have a little bit of time to do some things with this. I don't think this is going to be a main game on an Evo stage, though. It'll probably be one of the side games. I haven't even heard anything about this being at Evo, actually. So I don't think the game is going to have a lot of success. I don't think it's going to have big time success, but I do think that given what it's trying to do, what they're shooting for with this simpler look, with this low budget, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play. But I think that the amount of players in this game is going to be small throughout its duration, which, who knows? Part of the reason these games are so fun is because you get to play them with friends. If I've got one friend playing the game, hey, that's pretty much the only guy I could depend on to get in and, have like a first to 10 with, or, have just like a long session with. So hopefully more of my PlayStation and PC friends will get on this game and we can link up and actually play and learn some things together. Now, I'm going to like this game. I know, because I've already played the demo. All right, the demo has been out for, I think, 3 weeks on PlayStation. It's been out for like 6 weeks on PC. I had to kick my son off of his PC for a little while so that I could get a little bit of playing time in and see what the combos were like. Shout out to him. Appreciate that. And over these last few weeks, I've been playing the PlayStation 5 demo. And it's not the deepest fighting game, but it does have some depth. It has a mechanic that's similar to the Roman cancel and Guilty Gear to extend combos. It's got a system that's similar to X Factor in Marvel vs. Capcom. It's called Overdrive, I believe. It gives you extra speed. It gives you more damage. It allows you to do combos that you wouldn't normally do. If you catch somebody when they're tagging out or they're calling an assist and you pop this move, you can destroy 2 people at once. So that kind of stays the same. If you've played Marvel vs. Capcom with the X Factor system, then you know what the Overdrive system is. And they also have like an absorbing. It's like a parry move. Well, it's not really a parry. It's like an armored move where instead of blocking, you hold down your Nen button. The Nen button, you sit there and you emit aura, and all incoming attacks, all of the hit stun is negated. All of the knockdowns are negated, and you're just standing there not responding to their attacks. Now, you still take damage when you're in this state, but you don't actually move. So If somebody does a move that's negative, you can exit this state and begin your combo. So there's going to be a whole lot of dirt surrounding all that. And some of these characters have like full screen moves that start combos. Like don't get it twisted, people. This is going to be a broken fighting game. This isn't going to be like an esports fighting game. This isn't going to be anything that's official. You know, this is going to be some things that get. There's going to be a lot in this game that's hard to get out of. A lot of things that tilt people. There might be some touch of death combos, but I'm into it. I'm into all of it. I like the anime a lot. It's safe to say that I love the anime at this point. I've collected a little Hunter x Hunter merch. I've watched the anime a couple of times, and you know, eventually I'll get to the manga. The manga is going to be a while from now though, because I've got a whole bunch on my comic backlog, and Hunter x Hunter is not going to take precedence over any of that. You know, anime is like a lifestyle almost. And, you know, manga is a commitment. You know, you got to read the book's background and all this, but it's, it's on the list. It's on the list. I'll get to it. I didn't want to play this game initially when I saw it. It didn't look good to me. It looked very simple, and I didn't know Hunter x Hunter at all. And I was watching Rooflemonger's channel, one of his videos, and he mentioned that this game was made by the same people that made Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So I was curious. And they started dropping a couple more trailers, and I was a little bit more curious when they dropped trailers for Gon and Crollo and Netero and Meruem and Bisky. I was a little more curious. I really was. And then I watched the anime. Now, they had my curiosity, but after I saw the anime, they had my attention. All right. This anime, even though I don't watch a lot of anime, I'd consider it to be one of the better ones out there. Now, people have given me suggestions of animes to watch, and I give them 4 episodes, right? I give them 4 episodes. If the anime doesn't have my attention in 4 episodes, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it till the second season because it picks up in the second season. I'm not watching it until the season finale because all 11 episodes are trash. The 12th episode is great. No, I'm not doing that. You got 4 episodes to get my attention, and I'm moving on. I've watched this twice. I gotta admit it, I watched it 2 times. I watched this anime, and then I tried to watch other animes, and I just wanted to get back to watching this. It's an anime that rewards smart fighters over strong fighters. People get to kind of develop their own abilities based on their personalities, and it's more of a brain over brawn type of anime, type of fighting system, and I like that. I mean, the lore is great. It's got great characters. The story is great, and it made me more interested in playing the game. So I've been keeping an eye on it. I've been looking on their little bare bones website. I've been getting on YouTube and checking out all of the side, when they have the fighting game tournaments and they have like the side setups where you could go there and you could kind of run first attempts with people. People would jump on that and they would record it with their cell phones. And then they did a really bad job in a couple of these fighting game tournaments because they would have pro players playing this game, and the commentators knew nothing about the game and nothing about the characters. They were getting their genders wrong. They were getting their names wrong. It was like, man, nobody is motivated to play this game. Like, they weren't even interested enough in the game to learn the names of the characters. And, they're all faking like they've watched the anime. And I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not saying you got to watch the anime to be able to play it. But, when you get on here and you act like you're a triple star hunter and you know your stuff and you're commentating, it's just like, man, I mean, and you get in the comments and people are lighting them up about it. So this is going to be a unique fighting game. I'm going to be getting on it here probably in like an hour, so I think it's getting ready to drop. Hopefully, it won't be a waste of my time.